That's the recording here. Okay. Hi, friends. Yeah, like I said, meet Raj Shetru from Houston. I had a very good discussion with him on especially life insurance and then how to use a life insurance for kids' education, retirement planning, and a lot of time we hear about GoFund. Okay, let me mute all.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times we hear a lot of GoFundMe pages every time, and a lot of people do not have beneficiaries for the spouse, for kids, and not covered. And we buy home, buying a very costly home, and we're not covered anything. If something happens to our life, we don't know what is going to be the risk involved in this country. So I just wanted to introduce Raj Shetru, um, part of IAA group. And today is going to deliver and talk about the how to how to have a life insurance to leverage for your kids education, your retirement planning, and all that. Raj, I'll make you as host. You can
Yes.
get started.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Shrikant. Thanks for the introduction. Hi, guys. Namaskara. Or I know maybe some of you. I'm from originally from Bangalore, India. So Kannadiga, localite. So I don't know if everybody in this group here. I know Suresh is from Bangalore. Shrikant as well. I don't know about others, but I will try to keep it to English conversation. Thanks, Shrikant, for providing this opportunity. Let me just quickly share my screen here and then I'll get started. I'll also have my friend with me, my colleague who's going to be joining pretty soon. Let me see if he's here. He's not here yet, but yeah, he's going to join as well. He's trying to join. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you can see my screen, guys. Hunter, yeah, can you all see my screen?
Yep. We
Okay,
can see.
perfect. Okay, cool. So before I start, guys, a quick disclaimer for everybody. I'm not a financial advisor or a tax consultant. So this is strictly for education purposes only. And if you have any questions that might how it will impact your for financial planning or tax benefit, please refer to your CPA. Okay. So with that, let me get started quickly. I have a few things. Before I start, a quick introduction. My name is Raj Shetru. Again, like I said, I'm from Bangalore. I've been in US for almost 15 years now. I work in a corporate consulting company. Plus, I also do this as an education session because what I felt was in our community, majority of the people in our community, Indian community, especially working class or non-working class, I see life insurance as being looked at means of just another thing. In India, the culture in India is we take life insurance to get a 80cc deduction, right? That's normally our why we have taken life insurance, and very rarely we see that is being used. Nowadays, things are changing, but in US, I see there is lot more potential. And me myself, 3-4 years back, I did not have any clue about it, the potential of life insurance. So I saw the benefit, and then I told myself that I need to learn this, and then I need to educate to vast majority of our own community because it's very important. And in many cases, we have seen, especially our spouses, right, in some of our community, our spouses don't work in many cases. And that's a huge problem. And we coming here in US with family, with kids, if something really happens, they're bearing the risk and all the burden, financial burden. Obviously, they cannot replace us emotionally, but financially, you cannot take the burden off, and that's a huge pressure on them. And we have seen many cases like Shrikant mentioned. There's a lot of MILAP contribution requests coming because people don't have life insurance, and it's a big deal. Okay, so that's what made me interested in this subject, and I learned more. But I also found out that the insurance as a vehicle can be used for many things. So today's agenda, what I have for you guys is, I gave my introduction. We're going to talk about a few things about our company, the agency that I work with, and the partners that we associate with, some of the products, something about few things about tax strategies in terms of how this is going to benefit you, the different insurance products that's out there, and then benefits of IUL, which is the main topic for today, right? And then also I want to illustrate one example with one example that shows how you can leverage this for your retirement as well. So this is just one example. We have so many products, so many examples, so many scenarios. Each product might be having multiple scenarios, but what I'm going to present to you today is just one such example. Okay. Before I start, I want to check. Tom, are you there?
Hi, Raj. I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom. Tom, do you mind doing a quick introduction as well? Okay, I think Tom is just trying to join. Okay, so Tom is also part of IA. We work in the same agency. Tom has been a realtor and life agent for almost 8 years now. So Tom is here with me to kind of help us if you have any questions. Okay. Okay. Now moving on. So I represent an agency, insurance agency broker called IA. It stands for Independent Agency Alliance. Okay, it's headquartered here in Houston. It's been 6 years in the industry. We have about 200 plus agents working right now. We in fact conducted a convention just last week in California, and then we have one more planned coming in the next 3 months. So IA is based in Houston, like I said, 6 years old. We have 200 plus agents. Some of the products and services that we cater to: income protection, retirement savings plan, living benefits, college planning, life insurance, 401k. As a life insurance agent, we can basically provide these services to all the customers, right? And there's many more that we can do. So IA as an agency has tied up with 4 big insurance agencies, insurance companies. These are top rated insurance companies, starting with AIG. AIG has been in the industry from 1919. American National, it's one of the companies here in Houston, Texas, headquartered here. They have been in business since 1905. Last year, they've been rated as one of the top 50 insurance companies, and they have been recently acquired by a bigger company to basically and provide more services. National Life Group has been in the industry since 1848. So if you look at it, when I started insurance business or insurance, trying to understand insurance, I knew very few companies. I knew all those famous companies which have heavily on invested in marketing, right? New York Life Insurance, you take it, State Farm, and a few other things. But actually speaking, in United States, there are about thousands and thousands of insurance companies in the world. In the US itself, if you really count in your fingers, you will probably only can count those insurance companies which you see or hear on a daily basis. But actually, there are so many insurance insurance businesses which has been in the country for more than 100 plus years, right? So these are the insurance companies that work with, and every company that we work with, comes with their own unique benefits, and each company has 40 to 50 different products, and within each product itself there can be various combinations. So I can understand that if you guys have any of your insurances with any other companies, it might sound same or sound different, but again, everything is unique to their company and the product can be different from company to company. Okay. With that, Srikant, if you don't mind, if you can also open up the mic.
Yeah, for Tom.
Yeah. So just in case. So let me ask you. Let me start with this presentation. We have probably heard this or seen this, right? People normally say, do not put all your eggs in one basket. So in this reference, I'm talking eggs in terms of your money, in terms of your wealth, right? I'm sure you've heard, everybody has heard of this, right? Give me a hands up, or on the system, you can chat or say yes, no, maybe. That ways I'm able to relate to what you're saying. I know many of you have not have your
Yeah, you can use chat
cameras on.
option, chat
Yeah.
option to say yes or no.
Yeah. So, but the problem what I see is you have people say do not put eggs in one basket, but the problem I see is we don't know how many baskets there are, right? How many baskets do we really put in, right? That's where the problem is. Do we really know how many baskets there are? So let me start with trying to help you with what are those baskets, how many baskets there are, and where do you have to think of putting your eggs in. So let's break it down in this. So actually speaking, there are only three baskets if you really look at it, right? You have a taxable basket, you have a tax deferred basket, and tax-free basket. Each of them has its own features. And let's look at what is a taxable bracket. A taxable bracket or a tax now bracket is the money that you save here is after tax, and anything that is gained or growth that happens for this is also taxed, right? Example, let's say your bank savings, your money market, your stocks and bonds. So you buy these assets after you pay the tax, and then you make money, you also pay tax for this. Obviously, there are different rules and regulations around it, but still, if you just get the general concept, it is tax eventually. Tax deferred, what it means, tax deferred is, or tax later, is the money that in this basket you put is before tax, you get a tax advantage, but the gains or the growth is taxed later when you take out the money. Example, the best example I can quote is your 401k, all your traditional IRAs, retirement account, annuity, SCPs, right? Now, let's look at the third basket, which is tax never or tax free or tax later. There are different jargons to it, but let's look at this. These are the assets that you put money in after tax, and any gain or growth is also 100% tax free. So what are those examples? Roth IRA, Roth 401k. There is, in some cases, they talk about municipal bonds, but again, there are certain rules on whether it is really a tax-free or a not tax-free. You have cash value life insurance and the death benefit from life insurance. So these are all the tax-free. And this is how, really, if you look at it, when people talk about how rich make money or rich gets richer, using some of these vehicles, right? That's how they build wealth. That's how they generate wealth. That's how they transfer wealth to their kith and kin. Some of the best examples I can quote is, Walt Disney. He invested in the land using insurance money. J.C. Penney came out of his bankruptcy using his tax money, insurance money. That's how they have used. Okay, so really speaking, your eggs, here is the basket. I think here are the three baskets that I see myself as putting my eggs in. I'm not saying it's good or bad or right or wrong to put all your money in a certain basket. You have to diversify your portfolio. You guys already are in stock market. You understand this well, so I don't have to explain, but diversification is important, but also understanding the tax benefit is very important. So let's go to the next one. So now that we have understood, insurance can become one of the vehicle for your tax benefit let's look at, I just want to quickly introduce what are some of the different type of insurance. You have term life insurance, whole life insurance, and today's topic is going to be about index universal life insurance. So term life insurance, quickly, it's a very simple, straightforward insurance where it is you buy for a certain term, and then if something happens to you, your family gets the benefit, or the beneficiaries will be given the death benefit. If nothing happens, you're basically losing that money, right? Whole life insurance is it's a permanent life insurance where your premiums you continue to pay till the time you die, and then it's obviously generating cash value. But there is also options right now with different companies where you can set a term and then stop paying, and the cash value that is generated automatically pays the premium for it. But there are certain limitations to a whole life where the premium is not flexible. There is some features where it's not, because of which that's not a favorite. My favorite today is index universal life insurance. The reason why I say it's favorite is because this is linked to a market index, but the good part is it's only taking the upside potential of the market, but when market falls down, it's zero. It has a zero floor. So it has an upside protection and a downside protection, right? Upside potential and a downside protection, which means if the market goes down, like it's happening today, you will not make money, but also you will not lose money. So that's the whole idea of index life insurance, and you're always taking advantage of the upside of that. So with that, I want to I want to go give you an example, right? So let's say today, in maybe Shrikant, if you can unmute maybe Suresh, that'll be helpful, because Suresh, I can see you, so I'm going to ask you this question, Suresh.
Yeah, Suresh, you can just unmute
Yeah.
yourself.
So Suresh, just a simple question. So typically, let's say if you want to retire this year or next year, typically, can you tell me, it's no right or wrong answer, what is the annual amount or income that you think you will need for a year if you have to retire with a simple life?
Yeah, around 150 to 200.
Oh wow, okay. The $200,000 for the year.
Yeah, the simple. You told me simple. I'm just giving you just an average.
Okay.
Without any bars.
No, again, like I said, it's not right or wrong answer.
Yeah, that's why.
In my opinion, again, 200, 100 to 200 is a little bit over. I would say anywhere from 50 to 80.
See,
A
Raj,
moderate,
we need Tesla car to drive. And the gas price is going up.
No, exactly. So I'm saying it's like you will probably get a Toyota Corolla XC. You can live in a old age home. You can get two meals only, breakfast and maybe a little bit lunch or one soup in the evening, and one movie once a month. So that life, you can probably live that kind of a life, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you really ask, if we have to have $100,000, to your point, if you have to have $100,000 in retirement, are we saving that kind of money today?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yeah.
Are we saving that kind of money where 20 years from now you can get $100,000, right? We are probably not saving, right?
Yeah.
So why? And then let's say even if we try to put some money in a place where we get some interest, 3%, 4%, we'll still have to come up with some amount today. Like let's say for $100,000, let's say at a 4% interest, we might have to still come up with like $50,000 or $60,000. The biggest question is, are we saving that kind of money, and are we going to save that for next 20 years to get that $100,000?
$100,000, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. And if you really look at it, not only our community, in general population in US, we have about 330 million, right? Almost 330 million people. How many people do you think can save that much money? That kind of money, like $20,000-$50,000.
Yeah, very few.
Very few, right? Maybe 1%, 2%, 10%.
Yeah.
Let's say conservatively, let's say 10% of the people can really do that much money. So really the 90% of the people, right, who cannot afford that to save that much money, that's a big problem, right? It's a problem for the whole economy. If people cannot save that much, then it's going to be a problem, right? They're not able to save, they're not able to spend. That means it's going to be a same example as happening today with economic depression, recession, and everything else, right? So that actually brings another question. So what do you think is the typical number, a good savings that somebody can save in a year? About how much? Again, no right or wrong answer, right?
No, I don't. You can tell me.
So, okay, in my opinion, I think at least $500 a month
Okay.
can they save, right? So people can conservatively save at least,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
Minimum.
90% of the
Yeah.
population. They
Yes.
can save about $500,000.
Yeah.
And then, so now let's say I will show you an example using the same $500 a month, which is like $6,000 a year. Somebody saving that amount because they're not saving it, right? So we need to educate people to, number one, save. And if you're saving, save it in the right place. That will eventually give you the retirement that you're looking for. Again, a conservative retirement. You can go from anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. So let me show you an example using an IUL product. Again, like I said, every company, we work with 4 or 5 insurance companies. Each company has its own products, IUL products. And within each IUL product, there is various combinations. So today I'm going to show you one example. So if you have any previous references to IUL, you might think that it's not same, it's different. Okay, every product is different, right? So just have a open mind to what I'm going to show you, and then let's see how it is. So here is an example of the same 500 or $6,000 somebody is saving. So in this example, if you look at it, this is Michelle. She's 33 years old. She's saving about $500 a month, which is $6,000 a year. So she saves this $6,000 for 20 years. So if you look at it, she's saving this for 20 years. In this 20 years, if something happens to her, her family gets $750,000 in death benefit, right? And if nothing happens to her, this is the amount that she's going to get, that she can use it however she wants, $188,000. Now let's look at the first 2 years. In the first 2 years, how much has she paid? She's paid about $12,000. Now, even though she has paid these $12,000, if something happens to her, her family still gets 750. If nothing happens to her, this is the money that she will have that she could use. Now, if she decides to cancel in the first 2 years, she will get zero, because see, ultimately this is an insurance product. So you are buying a life insurance, and then it comes with a lot of fees and surrender charges, and the insurance companies have to recoup the money for the risk that they're taking. And for this company, for American National, it takes about 10 years. So if you really look at the 10th year, your accumulation value and your surrender value basically is going to be same after the 10th year. So that it takes about 10 years for them to, it's going to be where there are no more surrender charges for canceling the policy. So at the time of the 11th year, if she decides to cancel, she'll get everything that has been accumulated in the policy. So again, a quick recap: 20 years, she pays 120, and then if something happens, 750 to her, and if nothing happens, it's $188,000. Now, if you ask me, how did she get this? How did this make 188? Is based on the assumed interest of 7.12% interest rate. Now, every product, every company that we have, they have different indexes that you can choose from for your money to grow. So this company, so S&P 500 is one of them. So a few companies has another product called MLSP. So S&P 500 is, I'm sure you all know about S&P 500, it's top 500 companies, and it is based on the performance of that index. And then that is how your interest is credited to you. Now, let me show you example of how the index has performed in the last 20 years. Now, if you look at it, here is how these are the different options. So you have S&P Mark 5, you have NASDAQ, you have S&P 500. So these are the different indexes, and you can choose whichever you want to use. You can split however you want to choose your money to grow. So let me take a just example of, and my favorite is the uncapped version. So basically what it is if the S&P makes 20 or 30%, you can basically get everything that the index makes minus the spread fees. In this case, in this example, it's 6%. Now they have increased it. But let's take an example of this. So in 2020, the last 3 years, the S&P made really good money. So if somebody had $150,000 in their account, they have made almost 30-40% in the last 3-4 years, right? So if you look at it 2020, the S&P made 28%. So after the spread free of 6%, they made 22%. Now you may ask me what happens when the market goes down. So best example I can quote is 2008, right? So 2008, everybody knows the market went down, it crashed, boom. That can happen anytime. And we are almost seeing that that's going to be repeating very soon, right? So in 2008, the S&P made about negative 40%. And this is where how this product is different. So while everybody was losing money in this product, you did not make money, but you did not make money, but the fact that you did not lose money is something amazing, right? If I had to retire, if somebody was retiring at that time, and if they had about $1 million, they have lost their money. Their money is like almost half. But if they had this product and at that time they were retiring, while everybody is losing money, they continue to, their money is safe in this. So this is why I call the upside potential and the downside protection, right? And this product feature is built in for all the companies that we work with, right? There are few options where you can choose. You might get another, if a cap version is there, you might get some additional benefits as well. So now going back to the illustration. So if you remember, person only saved for 20 years. So after 20 years, she stops paying the premium. And then that's another feature of this product where you can completely stop paying after 20 years. You can decide the term, it could be 15 or 20. But the whole concept is the more you put in, the more you have money for your interest to go. So the premium that you put in, portion of that goes for buying for the cost of insurance, and the remaining goes into this interest crediting strategy, right? So in this example, if you look at it, after she has stopped after paying 20 premiums, at the time of retirement, in this case, at the age of 67, she can take about $34,000 every year, tax-free. And then she continues to take this till the time she is 102. So if you look at it, by the time she was 102, she has taken almost 1.2 million. And how much has she put in? She has only put in 120,000. This is almost 10 times of what she has already put in. Plus, if something happens to her at that point, her family still gets to get $95,000. And if nothing happens, and at that time, if she's still alive and wants to cancel it, they'll give her a $44,000 check and say bye-bye, right? Now, let's say Michelle in this example has planned her life better, and she's really not taken out any money from the account. So guys, this is the amount that she will have for her family. So if she dies at that age, her family get 5 million in tax-free death benefit. Now, this is how actually, if you really look at it, how the rich establish their kith and kin to get money and use these products to basically even get rid of their probate taxes, right? So this is the amount that she leaves for generation wealth, right? Now, let's look at it. In the last 7 to 12 years, the market has really been anywhere from 7 to 12%, performing in the range of 7 to 12%. Okay, now let's take a look at it. If the market, if right now we took an example of 7.12, let's look at it. Let's look and see if how the market, how the performance is going to be if you look at it at a 8.5% interest. Okay, same example. This is she's putting in $6,000 a year for 20 years, $120,000. Now you see the difference. If something happens, it's 750, but if nothing happens, this 188 now is 213, right? With that 8.5%. So after taxes and fees, if you look at it, 8.5% interest credit is now is at 213. Now, if you just look at it, just look at the numbers now. Previous example with an average of 7.12, it was $34,000. But with just that 1.5% increase, now that amount has gone up to almost $67,000. So it's almost doubled, right? And if you continue to look at it throughout how it's been performing, at age 103, now previous example, we saw that her family at the time when she dies will get 95. Now that same 95 is 1.8 million. And at that point, if she decides to cancel, she still gets about 1.72. And again, if she has never taken this 2.5 million out, her family gets about $11 million in tax benefit. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, because that's an average of how the market has performed. And with compounding interest, this is the level to which you can actually see the money grow. Isn't it amazing, guys? I know most of you are not here. Let me go back. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of the examples of how the money can grow with certain increasing in the percentage, right? So we just saw the example here with 8.5. We saw it's 37%. Now let's add another 1.24%, 1.38%. If the average is now 9.88%, this 67 is now 130. If I add another 1.2, which is still again possible, all of these interest rate is an example of the previous performance, and it is definitely possible that you can earn that much. So if you look at it, it goes up to almost $250,000. So I know Shrikant is not here, I think. Not Shrikant. Suresh
Yeah,
is
Raj,
probably
I'm
left.
still here.
No, Suresh, I think he left, right? He had to leave. Okay. So guys, this is an example of the product that shows you can make anywhere from $34,000 to all the way to $250,000. Like I said, from a retirement standpoint, if you look at it, I was saying $50,000 to $60,000 would be a good number. Suresh had his number of saying that he wanted $100,000. So here is a product that has the opportunity where you can basically move, you can have your retirement plan in such a way where you are not impacted from the market downfall. So this is just the one of the features of this product, which is the protection. And obviously you'll get protection for your family, and you also are protected with the market downfall, right? All the products that we work or the companies that we work with comes with an additional feature. So traditionally, life insurance was you had to die to get the benefit, right? Now that is how it was. Now things have changed. So IUL product is one that is giving you option of taking money out while you're retiring, right? Or when you're still alive, through these options of retirement and taking it out as a tax-free income. There are a few other benefits like living benefits. So what do you mean by living benefits, right? So let's say there are three things within the living benefits: your critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness. Basically what it covers is you can basically claim your death benefit while you're still alive. So let's say this insurance company has listed about these 16 different critical illnesses, right? Heart attack, stroke, cancer. If any of these things happen, and depending on the severity of your to your life in terms of survival, it can go anywhere from, in this example, it might have what you can get could be low all the way to almost 80 to 90% of your death benefit, right? And they also call something called ADL, activities of a daily living. So two out of the six activities, if you're not able to perform, you can basically claim 80 to 90% of your entire death benefit, right? And again, you don't have to die for it, but you can make use of these funds. Now typically what happens in health insurance and other medical insurance, the money that they cover, that is actually given to the hospital or the nurse or who is treating. But in this case, that money actually comes to you. So you have the choice, you have the decision to decide how you want to use that money, whether you want to put it in, give it to the nurse care, your own nurse care, your own hospital, or if you want to go back to India, and then use your own way, use your own, protection family, you can do that, right? Now, here is, I wanted to, just to quickly summarize here. So what did we see, right? I just want to make sure that everybody has understood, or at least get the gist of what we have seen. So IUL, what did we see? We see you have a protection for your retirement, because the money that you put in never is impacted because of the market loss, right? I am afraid to look at my 401k today, because it's almost every day I see I'm getting scared, right? Maybe one day the market looking good, but I don't want to look at my 401k. But I always want to keep, I'm happy to look at how things are happening in my IUL, because I know for sure that I don't have to really even worry about it, because I know for sure that the market, it doesn't impact my the money that I put in. It grows tax-free. The money that you put in grows tax-free, right? You can also take out the money completely tax-free. You don't have any contribution limit like other products, right? Like Roth 401k, after 6K, you cannot put anything more. And then you, after reaching a certain income level, you cannot put anything more here. But in this product, based on the death benefit that you take, there are certain limits. You can contribute maximum for based on the you can contribute maximum premium that's allowed in that for your death benefit. There is no early withdrawals like 401k or any other 529, any other things. There's no penalty for it. It provides living benefits like the example I shared with you. It gives you unlimited access for your money, which means you can be your own bank, right? Now that's another feature, right? People are using IUL as their own bank. So just to give an example, the money that is growing as generating interest, you can basically loan out that money. When you loan out, there are different options of taking out the loan. There is a washout loan option, there's a variable loan option. But while you take out the loan, the insurance companies are not basically giving you loan from the cash value that's generated. It is basically a collateral for when they are trying to give you a loan. But having said that, you take the loan, you're paying interest, whatever charges they're charging, but you're also earning interest, principal interest, for the amount that you have taken. So that if you have $100,000 in your account and you take out that for loan, that $100,000 is generating interest while you're paying interest to the bank, to the insurance as well. So there are different ways of taking it out. That's how they use this product as infinite banking, or their own banks, try to be their own banks. And you have unlimited access depending on how the money has grown. And this can also provide a lifetime of tax-free retirement. And then obviously this is an insurance product, so it comes with protection for your family, so you can peacefully, without having any issues, you can probably, if you pass away, you don't have to worry about protection to your family. Right. Tom, you want to add anything, Tom? Sorry.
Thank you, Raz. Sorry about the technical difficulty earlier, but what you sharing to me, I've been taking note. You did a great job. I felt powerful. Just want to recap things like this. Everybody here, we all work, right? We all invest. We all want to make sure the money that we have worked so hard grow every day. So what do people do? They buy houses, they buy stock, they buy bond, they invest. But think about this. There's no guarantee anything in our future. Insurance is the only thing that guarantee for your protection. Let's say if I make good investment today, I make good money today, but tomorrow a car hit me. I no longer can work. I can no longer invest. Then what would happen? A good insurance policy take care of you, your family, and take care of all your future planning. Number two, when I'm looking at when you mentioned that the client may save about $500 a month, I compared it to my Roth IRA. So everybody funding about $6,000 a year to their Roth, right? My Roth for the past 3 years has been horrible. I don't have 401k, so compared to Raz, it may be different, but I can share with you, even with my Roth or 401k, you guys still have to buy stock, you guys still have to invest in something. And if the stock go down, you're risking your retirement, you're risking your saving. With a product like what Raz just shared earlier, whenever the market go down, everybody is crying. At least you feel safe. You say like, I didn't lose anything. If I have 100,000 in there, it's still 100,000. I haven't lost a penny. But when the market go up, I capture most of the gain. That is very powerful. Don't we all agree that we still have to work and we still have to save? And if we happen to save and we hit a lot of bad years, we could potentially wipe our money. Even the stock expert could still go bankrupt, right? With a product like this, it fits for 90% of the people out there because they can set aside 100, 300, whatever their saving goal is, their money is protected and safe. One other thing that I love is living benefit that you just captured earlier, because who knows what future may bring. My strength, my health is what keeping me working, is what keeping me generating money to take care of my family. My 401k doesn't do it. If something happened to me tomorrow, no one put money in 401k, there go your retirement. If something happened to me tomorrow, no one put money into my Roth, into my saving, then where do I take the money to live? So I know that Raz about to show an example of a living benefit. I want you to take it to heart, because we are the money-making machine. If anything happened to us, our plan, our future, our family are doomed. So today we share with you guys one product that actually take care of all three things. Take care of your life insurance, take care of your saving with an average growth from 7 to 12%, and take care of your health if you no longer are able to work. In front of you is a pictures from National Life Group. This client has a life insurance policy for $1 million. Depending on how severe it is, your condition, this client got an 800,000 check payout while they're still alive. And you can see the date on this check. We, with their permission, would ask for the copy, 2021. If something happened to us, don't you think an $800,000 check help? And remember, you don't have to wait until you die to get this money. Let's say a car accident happened tomorrow and you have $1 million policy backing you up, making you money. And if anything happened, I know my wife will be taken care of. I know my children will be taken care of. And I know with a good product like this, I'm not just simply buying insurance. I'm buying a peace of mind. I'm doing a good investment, a good saving for myself and my family. So just my 2 cents.
No, thanks, Tom. Thanks for summarizing that.
Yeah,
Like I
thanks,
said,
Tom.
to add to what Tom said, if I know, like Tom said, I can rest in peace. I can really rest in peace because I know my family is protected, right? I don't have to really worry. If I tell this to my wife, she's not going to like me, but at least I know that it's true, right? It's true that we need to protect them, and then we know that they are going to be safe, right? This is just one product that I showed you as an example. There are so many other things. I shared an example with Shrikant on kids education. So using life insurance, I can protect my kid help him in college funding, help him in additional funding if he wants at the time when he's 20, 30 to buy a house. I can basically set his retirement right now just by funding for 10 to 15 years. And it's important that we start early. And if you ask me, if you have kids, I strongly suggest that you think about it, because this is one product that we as Asians or Indians, we all want to take care of our kids, right? Like how our parents took care of us, we all want to take care of our kids. And if you want to live them with wealth, this is the only way. I think this could be one of the ways, not the only way, one of the ways that you can help them with wealth and also protect them and create something for their future. So with that, I end my presentation, guys. If you have any questions, we are going to share, myself and Tom, we're going to share our contacts details on the in the chat window. And I think Shrikant, you had already provided the details, right? Our details.
I think it's better. You can just put in the chat section, Raj.
Yeah. I can give you my contact details here. But before I close, is there, and I will open it up for everybody. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, we are here. We still have some more time. We can talk to you. Any questions?
Thank you, Raz. While sharing, I know that today we went over a lot of numbers. It could be overwhelming. But if you felt any part that went too fast, just set an appointment with us. It's complimentary. Just 15 minutes so that we can explain more in detail. How does it work? What budgeting should you be doing? How much can you save? Or if you're looking for a certain lifestyle, you want 100,000 at retirement, 200,000, what should you be saving? How long can you still have to save? That's something we can help answer. It's just a quick phone call and we can walk you through the process. I know Satish has a question, Raz.
I think Satish has some question. Hi, Satish.
Yeah. Hi, Raj. Quick question, like two questions first. Can we do this one from our company contributing into this account, or it's only after taxes?
So this is not a company. This is your personal life insurance that you're going to buy. Yeah.
No, like can it come like before pre-taxes, or it only comes only after taxes?
This is going to be after tax. Tom, you're saying
After
something?
tax.
Hey, Satish, we do have an option to come if you own your company and you want to use this as a deduction from your company. We do have an option as well.
Okay.
But just like Rash shared earlier, if you want to take out the money tax-free later, then you need to save money after tax.
Oh, okay. Got you,
So if you think that the future tax is gonna be higher, then do this. Just use after tax money to save. But it's depends on how you think. But if you own your own company, we have multiple ways to structure this type of policy.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because why I was asking is like we have also the 401k coming during the retirement. I'm trying to see how the taxes will play at that time. You know, you're getting like from one channel this IUL, another channel like 401k. So trying to really balance, minimize the taxes. So
once you're ready, just set an appointment with Rash. We'll sit down with you and help you break it down. I know I have friends that put a ton of money into their 401k. We just basically, you don't have to come up with new money. You just need to redivest.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so if you want, Satish, I can schedule an appointment to give you my own example, Satish.
Sure.
I have a 401k too from my company, right? So 4 years back, I used to put more money there. And then for all I know, I understood that I was losing that extra money that I was putting in. There was no need. So basically, I'm not saying it's not good to put in 401k. You have to put in 401k because it's free money, right? If you're getting free money from your company, you go ahead and get that free money. And then whatever extra that you think you can contribute, I would suggest you to, You would
Okay.
contribute into this, which is not only going to give you the product, it's going to give you the growth plus also the protection, which is going to be 10 times or 100 times more than what a 401k can give you.
Okay. So another thing is like we have already like if we have the term life insurance, is it good to like stop that one if we go into this program? Because this is already covering that life insurance policy or something, right?
Yeah. So actually, in making a decision of what is the value, what is the protection you need, we need to sit down, and there is again a structure. We call it a dime approach, which we take into multiple things into consideration to basically decide what's the right protection you need, and then based on that, we can divide your policies into term, into an IUL, what's already there. There's different ways of structuring it. So we might have to sit down and break down all these approach.
Yeah, basically bring it onto the table and see where we are at this time and what will be the future if we go into this IUL. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our situation is not same. What we have today might not be same 10 years from now, 5 years from now. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think you can share that one of the slides where it shows for the national life or something, all the benefits, like 14 benefits or something you are showing, like the medically thing which we can take advantage of, something like that?
So if you don't mind, what I can do is I've shared my contact details, Satish.
Sure.
If you can, maybe we'll set up a call with you and then go through that.
Yeah, we'll definitely. I would like to tie up with you and see.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
we're going.
Some of them are available, freely available, even on National Life. If you go and look at it, it should be available. But some might be not be able to share it in as a public information.
Right.
So
yeah, definitely, no problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I have to drop out the call. I have to head back into another one shortly.
Okay.
Okay then. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks.
Srikanth,
Thanks.
Raj, and Tom. All right. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Satish.
Thank you.
Thank you for the good question.
Yep. Bye.
Any other questions from others?
So if you have any questions, just raise the hand. You can click on raise hand.
Okay.
Raj and Tom, I have one question. Okay, if I okay, when I retire, I need 1 million, and how much I think I need to invest? Starting now.
So as soon as you say invest, Srikanth, I will lose my license.
No. I want to put my because to buy something.
Yeah.
Right. For my life.
So I've shared the illustrations with you, right? So we can review that and come up decide on that number. So there's again combination. I gave you two illustrations. If you look at it, you will see that one is just IUL and one is term and IUL combined. That will give you a bigger protection, because 30 years from now you might not need a big protection, because the first 30 years is where most of the protection is needed, because of the house or the financial, based on what we discussed. That's how we structured it for you.
Yeah, thanks, Raj.
Yeah.
So if anybody has the same question, our advice is depend on how much you can save and how long can you save. We can show you a pathway, a projected pathway of how your money is growing. There's no guarantee. The only guarantee that we can promise is you never lose your money. Whenever the market go up, you gain. You have all the potential gain. So if you ask me, is there a product that guarantee me $1 million in 15 years? I don't know any product out there that actually does that. We can actually show you a pathway. How is my $300, $500, $2,000, $5,000 a year, a month look like if you start now, today, for a certain period of time? If anybody has any other question, I know Raj just left his phone number in this group chat. Feel free to send him a text and book an appointment. I know Raj may do this again in the future. If you feel like anything you haven't able to capture or understand yet today and you feel shy to ask, make sure you check out our future presentation as well.
Yeah. The next product will be on kids education.
Education, good. College planning, I love that
College
topic.
planning, yep.
Yeah, we will do that next in upcoming week, Raj. So I hope because if anybody here, in US, people we come as an immigrant, and every day we will try to, in this US has been a very costly country, for everything, inflation, and the stocks market is also crashing down. We always wants to make money, but there are a lot of factors which stops that. So I think life insurance and leveraging life insurance for risk mitigation is a very important thing. We use something called stop loss in stock market for stocks. And I mean, for everything, it's a general principle for every whatever thing that we do. We always have to measure the risk, measure what is the growth margin, and then a lot of things involved. So always, like you said, putting money in the different baskets will definitely help. I also manage my own portfolio, 401k, and this year there is an up and downs. 2021 has been great. 2022, it got hammered, the 401k. So that's the reason, we are insisting many subscribers to get it. Last week we had a real estate session. It was really useful, investing in the real asset, investing with yourself, like life insurance and things. For car, we have car insurance. For us, we don't have anything. So healthcare, yes, it can probably take care just during the year, but in the future, if something happens, we don't know. And we buy very costly homes here in US. So yeah, with all that, I think it's a great the great thing. Yeah, let's hear again next week, Raj, Tom, and thank you.
Sorry, before we go, I know Jolie is a client from Raz. Maybe if she's available, I can ask her to give a quick introduction or interview so that everybody know how one product can help people. Jolie, are you available to share a few words?
Hi, yes. Hi, Tom. Hi, Rash. Yes,
Hi, Jolie.
I can.
So how did Raz help you, and what do you think about our presentation today?
Honestly, I was gonna text him in person, but then while I'm here, I'm just gonna say that I really appreciate what the policy you did for us. We consult with different advisors before, and then I sincerely appreciate the policy that we have, and so because we went through so many, so we know what we have. And another thing is so I log in today because I invite several of my friends. I was happy with my policy, so I invite several of them to jump in the call just so that they can hear, because they keep hearing me talking about it. So but then one the kid crying, and then so they took off, and then one is the husband call, anyway. So so that's why so I'm definitely gonna give a branch number to my friend. But overall, I'm very happy with what Rash did. Thank you for all, for explaining and giving me so many different options.
Thanks, Jolie. Thanks for coming, and glad I was able to help you and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'll follow your channel now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Shrikant.
Yeah. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Tom. It was a great conversation with team. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.